Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Heck yeah. This video is going to be of r/pro revenge. I think that's good for intros. I'm gonna tell you to subscribe and hit that like button, because if I don't, YouTube's gonna delete my channel. And let's get into this content. You won't pay me? Okay, I'll double my work. Okay, so some backstory. I live in a relatively fancy neighborhood, and every year we have the best lawn competition. The prize for the winner is a $500 check. Some of my neighbors are really nice, but some are rich snobs. This is also sort of an entitled person story, so I'll be using abbreviations like EP. So I was managing my parents' flower garden, and I worked really hard for about 2 hours, and when I finished, it looked really good. Entitled person was walking her dog and spotted me admiring my work. She called out to me, and the conversation went as followed. EP: Wow, did you do all this work? Me: Yeah, I was working out for the lawn competition. EP: You did a great job. Do you think you can do my lawn? Me: If you pay me by the hour, I'll be happy to work. Why do I have to pay you? Because I'm helping you compete against me, and I want some profit out of it. Okay, $10 an hour. So the next day, I do her very weedy lawn, and I think I did a pretty good job. I pick up every single one of her weeds, I cut the grass, and I even buy some flowers for the patches of dirt where large weeds used to be. After 4 hours of work, I knock on EP's door to let her see the work, thinking she would be impressed. I was very wrong. EP: Ew, what's this? I was confused, but I wanted to see if I missed anything. Me: What? EP: The grass is the wrong color. Me: The grass is green. What color is it supposed to be? EP: Orangish. I want my lawn to have fall colors. Which I'm pretty sure is a made-up excuse. Me: You didn't say that. EP: You should have known. Now get back out there. You ruined my lawn, and I'm not paying you. Me: Wait, what? EP walks into her house and slams the door. I go home and I start to plan my revenge. Around the neighborhood, I hear EP bragging about her perfect lawn. It was about 1 week later. I stay up till 12 o'clock. I go to the compost pile behind my house and gather up all the weeds I tossed from my own garden. I go to EP's house and spend another hour kicking up her flowers, adding bug bait, and replanting the weeds in her yard. That morning was the morning of the competition. By the morning, her garden was infested with bugs, and it looked like the house was abandoned. It was worth all the work to see EP's face in the morning. Imagine a toddler who just saw their favorite teddy bear got ripped to shreds. We didn't win the competition, but EP came in last and was humiliated. EP knew it was me and tried to get me in trouble, but I asked her if she had proof. I also told the whole neighborhood that she didn't pay me, so other neighbors began to dislike her. EP never spoke to me again and eventually moved away, maybe because of the humiliation. Trust me, rich people care about their lawns very much. Pre-children PC, my wife and I purchased our first house. We were very excited to be homeowners. We were particularly proud to show off all of our gardening and yard skills we had developed over years of childhood chores. Don't tell my mom, but who knew that seemingly punishment of yard work could actually translate to adulthood? We're off to a great start with the meticulous yard spending way too much time and money. On my small suburban lot, it's the utility box for one of the cable choices in the neighborhood. Along the EE Cable Company. You know that it's one of the Forbes always lists as one of the worst companies in the country. I come home from work one day and notice the utility box is open and the cables are filleted all over. I did not think too much of it at the time and made a mental note, assuming that they were on a break. The next day I come home from work and the utility box is still a mess. I call Evil Empire Cable Company and kindly let them know that they left a mess in my yard after a repair. They told me nicely that they'd be out in the neighborhood the following day to finish the work. Many weeks come and go without them fixing their mess. It was coming up to our first pool party and we wanted the house to be perfect. I called EE Cable Corp again. Not to bore you with details of the conversation, but it ended with a rude ending that they would be out there eventually. Now I am seeing why nobody likes Evil Empire Cable Company. At our first PC pool party, maybe after a margarita or four, we start aimlessly discussing the Evil Empire Cable Corp. Now we are all a bunch of engineers and a truck driver, important later, drinking margaritas, and discussions turned from complaining to scheming. While poking around the utility box and the box around the side of my house, we noticed that the EE Cable Corp does not use multiple line blocks on the cable. They were merely hook up to the cable from the house to the utility box. Easy peasy, nice and easy. I'm guessing the lack of security is a genuine artifact of Midwest nice. Why protect something that nobody steals? We also noticed that only one house of the 8 is serviced with that cable. So we proceed to hook up free cable to the 7 remaining houses. We immediately stuff all the wires and close up the utility box. As I mentioned, the only non-engineer in the group was a truck driver. An early pointless discussion was about different padlocks and why truck drivers use the specific round kind. So basically, it's impossible to break in with small bolt cutters. He grabs a large round padlock out of his truck and we place it on the utility box. It won't fit, the hole is too small. So a few seconds of drilling, we now placed our own padlock on the EE Cable Corp utility box along with 7 houses of free cable protected by an industrial padlock designed to prevent trucker theft. After meeting with other neighbors and making sure that they were trustworthy, I let them know about our party. Each one smiled and began to enjoy free cable. A number of months later, the EE Cable Corp is in our backyard, staring at our handiwork. They bent over regularly, really studying the padlock. I can only imagine their discussion on what they were seeing. They bring out the bolt cutters from the truck. I assume they carry them if they lost the key or a padlock is rusted. Now looking at the bolt cutters, I can tell this will be a futile exercise. After only 3 minutes, they both shrug their shoulders, get back into their truck and leave. That was the last time we ever saw EE Cable Company. Since all but one of us were enjoying free cable, there was no reason for them to be out there. Our gig was up when the one who did pay the cable, who we really never met, moved. The next technician was very dedicated. After 3 trips with larger bolt cutters, resulting in one of them more than 4 feet long, put everything back the way it was, and thus concludes the story of the 7 house enjoying free cable for more than 4 years because of the laziness of a single technician and the rude customer support rep. EM thinks we're a daycare. Well, her child's gone now. I used to work in a small chain of bookstores/stationery shops. We'd sell books, pens, papers, and so on. It was a quirky little store, straight out of a romantic love novella, or Stephen King book if you prefer. This happened a few years ago, and I reconstruct it from my own memory, while trying to be as accurate as possible, but I can't guarantee accuracy. The cast of this play: EM, entitled Mother; LG, a South Korean multinational conglomerate corporation. Oh, little girl. Me, a virtue example of working class hero, just me. ND, nice dad. It's the dad of the little girl. The story. The EM walks into the store with little girl. It's rather early in the morning. EM looks around and asks me if I could watch her child. Me, oh no, I'm terrible with children. Sorry. EM tells me that it's not for that long and I shouldn't be such a fuss about it. I still politely refuse. It's not my job to watch your children, and I'm afraid I'll do something wrong. What happens? EM leaves the store. Who do I find in the corner? LG, who seems to be rather shy. This happened back in a time before everyone had smartphones. Kid obviously didn't have a mobile on her, and I suspected her mother also wouldn't. I wasn't surprised to find that LG didn't know the number of her landline. I sigh. What are you gonna do about it? If something happens to that kid while being in the store and you're the only present employee, you're gonna have a bad time. Me, hey girl, what's your name? LG, her name. Me, hey, I'm my name and surname. LG, happy like only kids can be if they think they did something smart or knew something. My surname is surname. Now the bell rang. I had a good customer with the same surname. Turns out it was her dad. I don't get paid enough to babysit. In fact, I don't get paid enough to do my normal work. I call her dad at his workplace since we've saved the number in our system. The call went along those lines. Me, hi, nice dad. Here's me from bookstore XY. Nice dad. Oh, hi, me. How's it going? Don't remember having any open orders. Me, yeah, listen. Do you have a daughter? Nice dad, confused. Yeah, why do you ask? Me, what's her name? I just wanted to ensure it was really her dad and not some stupid coincidence. If I think about it now, LG told me it was her dad, so I don't know why I wasn't sure. Nice dad apologizes for EM's behavior and tells me he's gonna pick up LG as soon as possible. While waiting for Nice Dad, I picked up one of our sales books and a picture book from Disney. LG tries reading a little, and I read a little. Nice Dad arrives. LG runs and hugs him, crying that mommy is mean to her. Nice Dad soothes her and thanks me for babysitting her. He gives me a bottle of wine and buys some small things from the store. Nice Dad. If EM shows up again, would you tell her that I picked up LG? Me. What? Why? Nice Dad. If you don't feel like it, you don't need to. It's rather complicated and you already did so much for us. Nice Dad leaves. In the evening, EM shows up. Just to point out, she dropped LG off around 9 o'clock. It was now 17:45. EM, where's my daughter? Me. Already chugged about half the bottle of wine and thus was a little boozed. You're what? EM, my daughter. I dropped her off in the store. You were here. Me, way too drunk for work, but already decided to go for another job or homeless. Both would have been better. You're what? EM was on edge. Thus I did what I thought was the smartest to do. Me, a guy came in the store and picked her up. He seemed nice, gave me some wine for her. At this point, I expected her to explode so as to attack me, but she just left the store. A few weeks pass, and Nice Dad and LG come to the store, both happy to see me. Nice Dad asked me if I got a few minutes. Any excuse not to work? Obviously, I took the time for customer service, of course. Gave LG the same book we read last time, and I talked with Nice Dad. EM and Nice Dad were in the middle of a divorce when EM dropped LG at our store. One reason I wanted a divorce was that EM wasn't nice to LG. But in my country, as a male, it's rather hard to get custody of your child, no matter what. LG wanted to be with ND, but that doesn't matter. EM is dropping LG in our store was a gift from the heavens. ND took LG to his sister overnight, EM pretending that LG was sleeping at one of her friend's house. ND wanted to call them to ensure that LG was fine. EM didn't want that. LG's friend didn't know where LG is. EM claimed she dropped LG at LG's friend. ND faked panic and involved the police. EM insisted that LG's friend kidnapped LG. Police asked ND and EM separately, and ND told police what happened. EM still insisted on dropping LG at LG's friend. ND had proof of it being otherwise, since he had already called the police when he was dropping LG at his sister's house. Now in court, ND apparently said something like, EM can have all she wants, even my wine collection. I just want to be with my daughter. EM, knowing that ND didn't have any money left and had some quite expensive wines, agreed. Daughter ended up with mother paying alimony. What EM didn't know, ND was replacing his wine collection before the divorce with cheapest wines he could find at different discounters, gifting away the expensive ones. He knew that EM was either gonna take everything from him or will break his wine collection. We both laughed. I gifted the book to LG, who seemed very happy. When EM dropped her, she was shy, but seeming small, but now she has such a big smile on her face and was curious for everything. She could read much better than a few weeks ago. She already seemed like a bird taking flight towards the sun. Oh god, what about that story about the Greek people with don't fly too high and then its wings melted. I don't recommend flying into the sun. It's not fun. I absolutely hated my job, but situations like these makes me a little bit nostalgic. Somehow I miss direct interactions with customers. On the other hand, I don't. I obviously don't. That last paragraph was just a lot of stuff. But sure, I'll give you give me the child, I'll give you my wine collection. What is that? My wine collection isn't what you thought it was? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it? Huh? Yeah, that was a video. You just watched it. You just watched that entire video. Now that you've watched the video, you can watch some other videos. Look at those videos. Look at that video. Oh my god, there's so many videos. I think that's some pretty nice videos. Those videos are gonna stay up on the screen for the next few seconds so that you can click on them as I say, click them, click them, click them, click them, click them.